Hi folks, welcome back to Let's Play AGEOD's Civil War. If you remember in the last video, I believe we secured Harrisburg, and it looks like that area is pretty secure now. This Confederate unit, for some reason, is still alive and still hanging around, but I don't think he's any threat. There can't be many men left there. I'm going to take this cavalry unit, send him to Harrisburg to have some defense there for the moment, and I'll send Kearny's Corps down one to fix this railroad, and then we'll finally move him down into Harper's Ferry. Uh, oh, hey, look at this. It looks like they destroyed the depot in Harrisburg. We don't have a depot there anymore. I wonder if that's a big problem for our supply situation here in the East. I think we might want to recreate that. I don't think we need to create a depot in New York City, even if they destroyed it, because large cities act like depots on their own, I believe. But, we might want to have to fix that in Harrisburg. Let me think about that. I won't do anything about it right now. Here above New York City, both these two corps have arrived in peak skill. It looks like their cohesion's all the way up. Keyes is active. I'll send him to New York City. And Crittenden is also active, so I'll send him to New York City. Now, I'm not sure how good of an idea this is. It looks like McDowell's also active. I think him being active may make it more likely he'll march to the sound of the guns. Anyway, I was saying this might not be the smartest thing. They have power of something like 2,300, and I'm descending on them with power of something like, oh, there's something like 5,000 in this area. So we outnumber them only a little bit more than 2 to 1, which isn't very good odds when you're attacking. What I'm hoping is, as you see, we can't see their units. They're hiding in New York City. So I'm hoping this won't actually result in a big battle, maybe a small one. I'm hoping the result is that we'll besiege New York City. I'd love to trap these guys in there in a siege, because then they can just starve to death, or I'll have them bottled up, and I can bring more troops up and then really assault them. So that's the plan anyway. This is pretty exciting. We'll see what happens when I make that attack. I think that's it for the East. I somehow misclicked last turn and took this large stack of divisions, and they went to Alexandria. I must have misclicked. I don't remember doing it. So I'm sending them back to Washington, D.C. I'll organize them next turn into corps. Heading here into Kentucky, things look pretty quiet. I'd like to set up to assault Lexington soon. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with all these divisions. So let's see. Sherman right now has 2 divisions plus Rufus King. So let's send him these 2 divisions. So then we'll have him up to 4 divisions plus an extra brigade. Thomas has 3 divisions, and that's it. So let's give him this extra brigade plus 1 more division. Alright, so Thomas will be set up with that soon. I think I'll take Thomas and cross the Ohio with him. It'll take him 2 turns to arrive, but he'll be here in Kentucky for our future assaults in that area. Finally, I think I'm going to make a new corps. I'll take Pope and give him Able Strait plus 4 divisions. So that's leaving 1 division for me to give to Grant to keep him protected. Now let's see. I'll give Pope a couple supply units, and I'll go ahead and create the corps. There you go. So now we have a corps of power almost 2,400. He has some supply units. He has 4 divisions and Able Strait all ready to go. So let's take him, and we'll cross this river. It'll take him 2 turns to do it. The weather is currently mud, but hopefully we'll get things set up and maybe assault Lexington before the end of this video. Let's see, not much going on in Missouri. Let's take a look at Blunt. He is not activated this turn. I'd like to take that little unit out, so I'll wait till he's activated, attack him, and then I'll send him south. Let's see. Here's a group of mounted partisans. Sumner's not activated this turn, so I'll leave him be until he gets activated. Lion's still moving through the swamp. 3 more turns, it says right now. He has this 1 full supply wagon at his disposal and another one coming in to meet him. So hopefully Lion will make it through. He's just continuing to march. Finally, we have this these guys to worry about. Now, I guess the only thing I can do to take care of them is to take Hooker. I'll pull him back down here. I'll railroad him to join this division here in Springfield. And hopefully Hooker, with his 3 divisions under him, I'll move him over and try to take care of this Confederate unit. Even though he is here, right now our supply line to Jackson looks like it's intact. And we have some supplies piled up in Jackson because it's a depot. So yeah, I want to make sure this supply line remains intact, so that's pretty important. Here, let me pause it and see if I forgot anything, then I'll do the inner turn. Okay, so bad news in Mississippi. Lyon got attacked. He lost 2,000 men and killed 584, which I don't think is too bad considering his cohesion was practically 0. We'll see what the aftermath of this later. Hopefully he's sort of retreating in the right direction. Let me pause it and we'll find out. Okay, guys, I'm back. Here's the next turn. Let's try to do this quickly. There was no battle in New York City. We are now besieging it. So I'm going to put both Keyes and Crittenden on defense and let them try to starve these guys out. And I'll leave McDowell here in Jersey City for a while. Moving down here, I'm sending Hancock's single division up to join Kearney, so he'll have 4 divisions. Kearney, I have fixing the rails in this area, then I'll have him move down to Harper's Ferry. And I've made 2 more stacks, one right now under Hamilton and one under Lew Wallace. They're each 4 divisions strong with these special units and 2 supply. They're composed of the same basic units. And these units will be core once I can make them core. But right now, my only army in the area is Irvin McDowell up here in Jersey City. He's like too far away. You can only make a core for an army when you're close to that army. I believe they'll be able to fix that next turn, because next turn all my Army HQ units will be dispersed to all the places I wanted them to reach. Then I'll be able to make all these armies, you know, one for Banks, one for Butler, and one for Fremont and St. Louis. And then I'll be able to give Rosecrans his army. Yeah, because it looks like I have a few Army HQs building, and they should be ready next turn. So next turn, I'll be able to have my army here under Rosecrans, and hopefully I'll be able to turn these guys into core under him. So that's it for the east. Moving west. So people are still moving. I still have 2 divisions here to join Sherman. I still have Thomas trying to cross, is it the Kentucky River or the Ohio River at that point? And I still have Pope trying to cross this river so he can head towards Lexington. So everybody's still moving, nothing I need to do. Albert Sidney Johnston is moving up towards St. Louis. This could cause me some trouble. I still have 1 division sitting here in St. Louis to defend it. If he pushes those guys out, I may have to take, for instance, Sherman, who's sitting in Cincinnati, just in case something like this happens, and move him off here to relieve St. Louis. We might lose St. Louis for a turn or 2 before Sherman can take it back. We'll find out. Let's see. Blunt. Blunt is still not activated, so this guy gets to run around a little while longer. Van Dorn is heading up the edge of the map again. I'll leave Sumner there for the moment. And heading it down here towards Lyon, where he just had a battle, it looked like one of his division generals got killed. You can see we only got 3 divisions plus these assorted units that a minute ago were part of a division. So luckily, I have a spare General Van Cleve here, but he's not active right now. So hopefully I got to keep an eye on him. Once he activates, I'll make a new division there. And Lyon's got to keep walking. There's no way around it. I just got to keep him moving. Let's see what his supply situation looks like. If I look at these wagons, they're empty. This wagon will reach him in 2 turns, so then he'll be able to eat again. I don't know. I don't know if Lyon's going to make it, but I don't know what else I could be doing to try to get him across here. Maybe I'm learning next time I need to give him like 6 supply wagons to make it through. Or maybe I should have left the division here in Little Rock. That means we would have held Little Rock, and we would have had fewer troops trying to eat through here. But I'd love to get all 4 divisions through so we can have them all playing in Mississippi. We'll see if it works. Finally, let's see. Hooker has arrived here in Springfield. He has 3 divisions at his disposal. They're all fully stocked. So, what do you think? Should I try to attack this guy? I don't know. I may lose. Let me move him down to New Orleans, and then I'll try to decide again next turn. Here, I'll take the small garrison I had in New Orleans, and I'll use him to garrison Springfield while Hooker's divisions are guarding New Orleans. Looks like our supply line to Jackson is still intact, so that's good. Alright, I think that's it for this turn. Let me pause it, and we'll do the next one. Okay, we're back. I'll try to do this quick, because I know this video is running long on time. We're continuing to besiege New York City. Looks like we made a breach in the defenses, but nobody there is active in any way. I'm not so sure I want to assault them, because we only have something like 2-to-1 odds. Not much to do here in Washington, D.C. I'm pulling Kearny, and it is now 4 divisions down to Harper's Ferry. Moving farther west. Let's see. Thomas is still crossing the Ohio. Pope has made it over here. He's active. His troops are a little tired, but he still has a power of 2,000. It doesn't look like the Confederacy has much defending here. So I'm going to go ahead and just let him assault the city. Hopefully we'll take that in the inner turn. Moving wester, Albert Sidney Johnston is still sitting here south of St. Louis. No idea what he's doing. We'll find out. Lyon still marching through the swamp. This supply wagon, which has no supply in it. Why is that? Well, that stinks, but it's 1 day away from reaching him. I don't know. He's just got to keep marching. I can't send him any more help. Finally, Joe Hooker is sitting in New Orleans, which is still ours, and I have no idea where that Confederate force disappeared to. We may find out next inner turn. So, one more thing I'd like to show you while we're here is I think I could finally go ahead and make a bunch of armies. Let's see. John Fremont has less seniority than Butler. So let's do Butler first. We take Butler. We need to move him off into his own stack because he's currently in a stack with locked units, and you can't make armies like that. So there you go. There, now Butler is command of an army. And now let's see. No, Banks wants to come next. Now Banks is in command of an army. Now Fremont is in command of an army. What else we got? Buell. Buell is now command of an army, and we haven't paid any cost yet because these are all the most generals down the line. Finally, Rosecrans is in command of an army. So let me take Buell, and I'll send him on vacation up here to Plattsburgh, New York. It's a very nice place to spend a while. So once he's gone, and then next turn, the only army in Washington, D.C. will be Rosecrans' Union Army, and then I'll make corps out of these two stacks that I created last turn. So I think that's about it. Let me pause it, and I'll run the inner turn, and then we'll see what happens. All right, we've had a resounding victory at Lexington. Looks like we lost about 500 men, and they lost their entire force of 5,000 men, so that's real good for us. Here, let's pause and see if anything else good happens. Well, this isn't good. Robert E. Lee came up. This is his first battle of the game, and he took Winchester back. We had a small militia unit there, and he destroyed it with very little loss on his end. So that's okay. I mean, it's not good for us, but it's not a huge loss. Let's see what else is happening. Well, we've got good news and bad news from that last turn. We'll find out soon in the next video because this one's run long. So I'll end it here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.